Hello, this is Carol Springer with Gabriel Sales, and today I'm going to show you how to edit reports in Salesforce. Reports are one of the most powerful tools in the system, and you can slice and dice them a zillion different ways and then create beautiful dashboards. So say you're in a report, I'll assume you know how to get there, and go to the Reports tab. And one thing to know is there's this tab of here, field, it's sideways, but this field over here tells you all the fields available for this specific report. So each report in Salesforce taps into different little chunks of data. So this baseline report called the leads with converted lead information pulls from these select fields, okay? So the two main areas that you'd be working on are the outline, and the outline gives you the columns of which fields you want to show up in the report. And then the filters are how you want to define those. So right now it says GS leads created this month. This is not actually true. I just changed it. So if I want to change this back, I would do a few things. That create a date. I can do a custom. I can do, these are called relative dates. These are really cool. This month, last month, last year, last fiscal year, all kinds of things like that. Very cool. So if I apply that, and then if I want to go, okay, well, I just want to see, this is a leads with converted. So if I want to see converted, so let's type the word converted date equals, again, so I can just pick, rarely would have equal, but greater than a certain date. So greater than Jan 1 or July 1, or maybe you guys have some unusual quarter system that Salesforce doesn't know about. So you can put that in there. Cancel out of that today. Or I can use what I was using before, relative date last week. And so these types of reports are really great for dashboards. So I want to see what was the activity this week versus last week. How are we trending, etc. And then you can show these same reports of variable different ways on dashboards, okay? So I'm actually going to change this back to all time, otherwise I won't have any data in here. This is a developer edition. I don't have any new leads this week. So if I go back to outline, and now I want to group. So say I want to group by lead status, okay? How many leads do I have? And I want to see how many are at each status. Very common report, okay? And so this will run it. It's like an Excel spreadsheet. It does a filter, but I love charts, okay? So save and run. And then I'm going to get a chart, okay? And so by default, it brought up the opportunity. So I only said group by the lead status. I didn't say what else to group by or how to measure it. And so Salesforce is going to pick whatever's in there that has a sum or a total. And so it says, okay, well, you have one converted lead, okay? And so I want to edit those properties. So I go down here, and instead of this, I want to have the records, my count. So I don't know why that's not showing me my count as an option. Okay, so let's edit this. And I probably don't have a count in here somewhere. So these lead status, we don't have lead status in here. I do have lead status. Okay. Let me think about this. Okay, this is like a cooking show. I just come back and it's done, right? And so it was, since I had a sum total of in here of opportunity amount, it wanted to grab that. And so usually by default, the record count will be in there. So I just deleted the opportunity amount, and then it shows by the record count. So then I hit save and run, okay? And so just one other thing that's really neat is you can do like a stagger, say, well, I want to see this now by each individual salesperson, okay? Well, either I can do two different reports, or I can kind of do a mashup here. So if I wanted to have a couple things show up, I do what's called a stacked report. So say I want to go assigned user, so owner, lead owner is what we call it in Salesforce, okay? And then, so now they're both here. The columns add some complexity, so go ahead and play around with that. And then I use the stacked bar or I can do stack column, just mix it up and then save and run. And you might just want to run and not save it. And these are really easy to do save as. So if you don't know what you're doing and you kind of like a report, it's best to always do save as before you really start messing things up. So this one would be stacked, but I only have one owner that owns all these leads. And so this one's not very fun. But if I had multiple users, these would be different colors. So that is one of a really nice benefit of this. And if you don't like this, there's a bunch of different reports. You can do a donut. Okay, and it's going to give you this. And dashboards even give you more options. You can do funnel. So yeah, this is kind of nice for status. Those are already open, working, and you can put this on a dashboard as well. So I will just leave you with that for editing a Salesforce report. Thanks.